What you been up to this week,
So
man?
this week I checked out Knives Out. I also spent a good bit of time with the latest game from one Edmund McMillan, who
That
you might
sounds really
recall
familiar, but I'm not.
from uh, Super Meat Boy
Ah, there. Yeah, Brain. Yes, thank you.
and Binding of Isaac fame.
Yes. What's his new thing?
His newest game is called Legend of Bumbo.
Okay. This is
And
good. Okay.
Bumbo is the protagonist of this game. Same art style as same art style
Oh boy, is it? Holy shit.
as Isaac, except everything's made out of cardboard. Now the reason why everything is made out of cardboard, and the reason why
Choose your Bumbo.
it's made out of cardboard, and the reason why your name is Bumbo is because Bumbo talks like this. Bumbo wants his coin.
Got it.
Bumbo lives in a box.
Got it, Bumbo.
Bumbo box coin. Rah!
Got it.
Bumbo's a homeless person.
All right. Oh, you're Bumbo.
You are Bumbo, and Bumbo want coin.
I see.
Okay. So guess what?
What?
This is a game with Bumbo, and you are interacting with snot, poop,
What?
and coin
Get out.
all the time.
I'm shocked.
But so what it is, though, and this is the thing, is like at first it took like the first time I played it, I was like, what is going on?
Uh-huh.
And then a few rounds later, it clicked, and then I beat like a boss and went,
What is
I
it
see what you're
exactly?
doing here.
I was looking
Legend
at
of
screenshots. I
Bumbo
can't tell.
is a puzzle-based deck-building roguelike.
Oh wow! So it's like Slay the Spire, but by Ed McMillan.
It is. Yeah, that's a lot of things. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, okay.
That's a mouthful, right? And
Mouthful of Bumbo.
but it's really fun. And clearly he came up with a design that was like, oh, this, excuse me, has all the replayability of something like an Isaac game, because you're getting this roguelike random stack of a deck of abilities that you're building every time you go out.
Right.
And the only difference is instead of like twin stick,
Yeah.
you're looking at a puzzle board, right? And the puzzle board is I don't know, maybe 12 by 3 or
Okay,
so,
that's really small.
right? And then on top of so to the right of the screen, you have a list of your spells. You start off with one or two. On the bottom of the left side of the screen is that board I mentioned, and then up top is the enemies.
Okay.
The enemies are on a 3 by 3 grid, and they basically move forward, and then they prime, and then they attack you, right?
This guy sounds like Mega Man Battle Network.
So there's turns,
Okay.
right? Whereas that was more active, and
Right.
and whatchamacallit, Isaac is all active as well, right? So in this case, it's all turn-based. So you
More like turn-based, am I right?
turn-based. Hey.
Hey.
So you look at the little board, and then you
I
have
shame myself.
you have bones, snot, poop, and teeth,
Okay.
and pee.
Okay.
Those are the 5.
By our powers combined, we form Ed McMillan?
Yes, right. And then you try to line up 4 in a row
All right.
or more, and then when you line up 4, they turn into like an attack. So if you line up 4 bones, you throw a bone, does damage. You line up 4 poops, you put down a poop like an Isaac poop, and it's a blocker.
Okay.
Or you line up a snot and you throw it, and it stops the enemy from moving,
All right. Yeah.
and that's it, right?
Sticky.
And then if you line up more than that, then of course you get stronger versions of those things.
Yeah.
And then each time you complete a chain, it erases, and then of course the next row drops down. So Tetris attack rules.
Yeah.
You can combo, and then each of those things that you erase gives you mana for spells,
Okay.
right?
And
Now-
spells are broader effects.
and spells, like there might be one spell that costs 3 teeth, 2 bones.
Okay.
And then that spell will be something really, much more. No, they're not broader specs. They're a broader range,
Yeah.
but they're all specific.
All right.
So they're all as specific as the abilities you get in Isaac, right? So, for example, one of them would be like do damage to every enemy once, or a lot of them are going to be puzzle board based. So one spell will be erase a single block from the board, and then everything drops down above it.
This sounds like a better use of this guy's particular talents because, oh boy, I can. You know when you're about to say something and you just feel the world turn against you? It's like the best part about Isaac is its incredible amount of variation and interaction between its different parts. But the worst part is actually physically fucking playing the game. The movement's really stiff and the tiers feel really weak.
Well, when you compare it to other roguelikes, you don't have... It's weird to say you don't have as good a movement ability because you can get so many different kinds of movement abilities. But I know what you mean.
Like when you start Gungeon,
by default,
you start Isaac.
Yeah,
like it's a world of difference.
Yeah, compared to like a lot of other things, like Enter the Gungeon, for example, or
yes,
as far as good feeling default movement goes, right? It's not that. But in this case, you get the benefit of all that variability.
With a gameplay system that it's cards.
With a turn-based system that's really fun. Everything looks like it's made out of cardboard, and it looks like it's a stage play with each thing is like a character holding up made out of cardboard.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Very fun with that. The 3D use of that is a lot of fun in its art style. Paper Mario-esque, right? And whenever you get a spell or an item or an ability, right underneath it is the description of what it does.
Okay. There was a mod somebody made long ago that dramatically improved Isaac for that very reason. Gungeon had everything. It was either obviously explained or the text would tell you. Man, you got like you played Hades.
Yeah.
You pick up a power, it has a paragraph of text on what the fuck it actually changes.
And then flavor text of like the lore implications.
Oh, that was easily the worst part about Isaac. Was just like you pick it up and it would have like one line of dialogue that would be like obscure and it'd be like, what did it do? I don't know what it did.
And if you want to play it with progress and not like no saving, then you can't have any mods running.
Yeah.
You got to have the default on, which means pull up your phone and do the item recognizer.
Which is useless because there's 10 shit-zillion items and
hope you're good at spot and match.
I'm not. I'm bad at it.
So yeah, in this case it's right there, and I ran into one item. It was a metronome, and it had a question mark description on it. But everything else tells you right there. This is exactly what this does. And when you pick up a new one, you can see what it does and figure out if you want to replace what you used to have. Fantastic, really, really good. So, at first you're just doing this little puzzle bits, and you're like, okay, I do my turn, and then they do their turn. But then it starts to become like, oh fuck, like 5 enemies are all primed to attack me. How do I manage the situation? How do I deal with this, right?
Use the shit.
And what you end up basically doing, it turns on the reason why I'm like, it took a second, but once it clicked, I was like, this is a good game, is that it uses the same juice that Into the Breach uses.
Yeah.
Right? Where the end of your turn has happened. Like you've used, let's say you have, so the whole match thing, what I didn't say is that, let's say you start out your turn, you have 2 movements. So you can roll 1 row or column until you want it to stop.
Yeah.
And then you can do it again, and then that'll be it.
Okay.
So you get...
It's pretty limited.
Very limited. If you don't already have 3 of a certain thing lined up, like, you're gonna have to waste a turn to get extra stuff created, right? What you end up doing is creating a perfect combo system of like, okay, I lined up all these poops, now they're gone. I use it on the field to put a shield, so I block that left lane from attacking me. I don't have to worry about that, right? All right, when I built those 4, when the 4 poops got removed from the board, it allowed me to cast a spell which stuns a random enemy that's primed on the board. So now 2 of these 5 I don't have to worry about. Now that that last movement I have, I can use to do another attack, and then it'll give me just enough mana to do a spell that lets me blow up a section of the board and make new tiles drop. And by doing that, I get another turn.
It is fascinating to watch your long-term Tetris obsession then lead into, I mean, not directly, but you've been playing a bunch of Teppen lately, which is cards.
Yep.
And then you're describing Bumbo to me, and you're describing Tetris Attack with Teppen shit in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh,
wonderful.
This is totally your jam.
Wonderful. Immediately, like it's unfortunately it's early, so it doesn't have the ability to like quit and resume a run right now.
Is it doing the thing where it came out and it's like, hey, we have one boss or two? Is it early access or is it?
It's early, but it's not that, because you're unlocking. I've already unlocked 4 Bumbos.
Man, I like the name of this game's title because you just said you've unlocked 4 Bumbos, and I just like closed my eyes with a big smile because like that's just funny to hear.
I've unlocked 4 Bumbos, and they're all different playstyles.
Yeah.
So,
what are the different Bumbos?
So one is Bumbo the Brave. He's got just an aggressive. He's got a balanced style.
Yeah.
You know, you've got an ability to move some tiles, to delete some tiles, and to do a direct attack. He's got balanced health.
Sure, yeah.
There's Bumbo the Nimble, who's got low life, right, but can move more times.
Yeah.
And every time you kill an enemy, you get a move back.
Man, that's an expert Bumbo right there.
Right. Then there's Bumbo the Weird. There's another one. I think it was Bumbo the Burly or Bumbo the Fat. I don't know. It was like whatever. Fat Bumbo. And Fat Bumbo can do a bunch of shit, but he loses his mana every turn.
Oh, no.
So you have to spend it if you got it, and then build it back the next turn.
Oh, man, Bumbo, you got to spend it.
But he's got good abilities, right?
I fucking
Bumbo
love
the Stout. Bumbo the Stout.
I love this. This is funny.
So it really ends up being like a real fun like range of characters, and then of course in between stages you do a bunch of those little like. Here's those little, remember the little like corpse kids that would
I do.
Yeah, they'd hang around. You can play a game with drop your 5 cents in there, or you can hit the wheel for more stats.
Do you think that this, because Macmillan's in this place where like Isaac is so legendary now in its genre that this game is guaranteed to be a success. I'm sure it's already a massive success.
The question I had going in was, if you made Binding of Isaac and you hit it off that hard,
yeah,
the next thing you put out, you're not going to put out something that hasn't been play tested.
You're not going to put out trash suddenly.
So that within that first run, you know, and then when it finally clicked, and I was like, this is big. This is good.
So do you think you could see like the kind of like stupid ass support that Isaac got
easily
getting kicked into this?
Easily.
Let me ask you
this. It has the framework for it.
Where'd you play this?
On my PC.
On your PC? What is the likelihood / portability of this onto a person's phone?
All you need is a cursor.
Okay, so good. Make phone. I want good phone games, man.
Bumbo on phone. Yeah, it would be very easy to do. Like the whole game is mouse, right?
Yeah.
One button. You don't need anything because it's just choose what you want to do and choose what you want to rotate. And yeah, man, once those Tetris attack skills start to like awaken, where you're like, oh, hold on a minute, hold on. If I drop this row and I make these 4 line up, then I'll make another row, and then that'll make a combo, and then you get like Bumbo cheering every time you do a combo. So Bumbo combo, go rah!
I am
rah,
so happy for you,
bah!
but I am kind of bummed out because like
Bumboed out.
That kind of grid-based puzzle thing. Like I love Tetris as much as anybody because Tetris is perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm not really all that good at Tetris.
Okay.
And anything more complex than basic Tetris,
yeah,
it's just not going to happen to me.
You liked Luminous.
I did. But I'm fucking trash at Luminous. I am really, really bad at this kind of thing.
Okay.
Um,
But
so I could it's more that I appreciated Luminous.
But Luminous, Tetris Attack, and Tetris all have something very importantly different from what this game has.
Yeah, what's that?
A time limit.
True, but that's
Like Into the Breach, Bumbo, you can sit and stare at that screen as long as you want before you make your play.
But what you're forgetting is that Pat's brain does not have the ability to plan ahead.
Yeah, you guys botched Into the Breach really hard, right?
Yeah.
You fucked that up super
I'm
rough.
bad at that.
Okay. I love sitting there and doing the step work.
I like doing the repetitive tasks so that I can become stronger on the fly and not have to plan. You know, like it's
Yeah, no, I like sitting there and going, hold on. I can remove one time. My turn is over.
well, you were on the XCOM LP.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. And impatience plays a role.
Think about that level of planning.
Impatience plays a role, right? And there's a difference between being forced to make a move because of the clock ticking, that is the video/stream clock, versus for your own personal
That's
fun.
true.
Right?
That is true.
But if there's no time limit like there was for me playing through Bumbo, I would sit there and just look at the board until I'm like, okay, I've got it. Like there was an ability that takes an entire row of like the 12 or whatever and flips it inverse, right? And it doesn't cost you a move to do it. It's a spell that flips. So if you have anything lined up that might activate by inverting the row, then you can use that spell to keep your combo going. But you have to sit there and figure out what the inverted pattern of those 12 would look like in order to activate that spell to keep your play going.
Thinking bad.
It's so good. I love that. That's so much fun to me.
Hey,
And then, sorry, there's one other aspect that
no, I'm just saying it's like it's fascinating listening to this because it's like I play almost everything by feel, which means that this is like the antithesis to what I usually do.
Yeah.
And seeing you get so animated, I'm like, how much are you thinking when you're playing this?
I'm spending when I see a point, like if I don't see a threat on the board,
Yeah.
if I see no chance of me really having a hard go of the next turn, then I'll just play instinctively, right? It's the same as Into the Breach.
Yeah.
But when a threat appears, right? When the enemies go blowing up a house, blowing up 2 of your dudes, blowing up the objective.
Yeah.
You have 3 actions to make 4 problems go away. Then I stop and go, all right, let's get that Shikamaru on, you know? And in this case, what makes that possible, because remember how I talked about perfect information being so much fun?
Yes.
So the final layer of this is you have your spells, you've got the attacks. The prime means you can see which enemy is about to attack you, right?
Yeah.
And then when the board has those pieces, there's a 4th row of what's coming next.
Okay. Well, the inner breach comparison makes a lot more sense now.
So now you can actually prep for things not yet above the board dropping in to continue your combo.
But I don't want to prep. I just want to punch.
You just want to punch. Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's wonderful. It's
So
wonderful.
when's getting into Bumbo games?
I mean, I'll take a look at it on the channel, certainly. Edmund was kind enough to provide a code.
If you were going to be some form of animal
Yeah.
creature,
Yeah.
what would you pick?
What's my fursona?
Yeah.
I think
I'm making a northern lion joke here. Just tag along.
aesthetically a lion would fit.
Okay, well
me.
you can't. That's taken. You can't do
But
that.
but I have the hair.
It's too late. And he ironically is bald.
Eastern Komodo dragon.
There you go. Just is Northern Lion gonna fucking play Bumbo?
Probably.
Because that dude's been streaming, I think, Isaac every day for like 11 years.
That number. That many.